Welcome to 9tenths of the game. You have your host today, Mr. Luke Faceless, aka the Bad Man. I'm joined by my other host, Mr. Leon, and special guest, Mr. Nick. So, let's get started, Mr. Nick. Give us a bit of history about yourself, son.
Bit of history on me. Previous life, I had a bit of football at Nottingham Forest, how I started out. Always been a local Nottingham boy, so Forest was a big club for me and my family. I joined there, I was about 9, but I didn't really start playing until I was 8, which is strange. I didn't really start playing, yeah. So I joined Forest at 9, and it's funny actually because nowadays it's all structured. You'll have like an 8-week trial. I was on trial for a year.
A year?
Yeah. But that's because they forgot I was on trial.
Someone just left me there.
Yeah, left me there. So all the kids have got the kit from the start of the season.
Yeah.
And I love Charlie McParlin, so I'm calling you out here, Chaz. But Charlie's the 23s, I think, at Mansfield Town now. Right. Really good guy. Used to manage Forest and County, legend of a man. Really helped me, Chaz, and I'll come on to you because you're a big part of my journey. But yeah, he had me in his team, and just one day I says, am I getting signed or not? Do you know? And he was like, oh fuck, I thought you was. I was like, no, Chaz, I've been here a year. I was 10.
Yeah.
I was 10. So we eventually got it done, and you know, we had a fantastic Forest team, some I speak to still now, and that was 30 years ago. Amazing.
So you've been around.
Yeah, I've been around a little bit.
So did you go straight from your grassroots club to Forest?
So I was with Forest Park United. I give them a shout out. Some great players there. They were basically a team based out of Meadows in Nottingham. But we played at Gresham, which is now the Forest training ground. Funny enough. But that's where we played, and we had, our team was unbelievable. We played in the local Nottinghamshire League, but we just smashed that. So we then went to another league, I think it's like Rowsley District, which is like Sheffield and Mansfield, was mad. So we never really played local Nottingham teams, but our team was, you know, we had Willis Francis, who's now was the league coach at Forest, is at Notts County, but he played for County, one of the best players as a kid. Sean Harrod, who's also went on pro. Simon Francis was captain of Bournemouth, he played, he was class. They had,
so there's a lot of ballers in that team.
Yeah, we were good, mate, we were good, and we had good friendship groups, so it linked me to a lot of the Meadow Colts lads, because a lot of them played, so that's it was like our growing up thing. And then when we left there, we all went at different ways. There was a kid called Charlie Trout, went to Lincoln City. Willis went county with Sean, and then he went through the system.
You still in touch with all them?
Yeah, well, don't talk to him. Or Sean Harrod, his son comes to us, training, coaching, which FDNA. Willis was my coach, oldest lad's coach for 5 years at Forest, but he's gone to Notts County now and he's doing great. He's actually manager of Baseford as well. So
your older lad is in
Rhodes, so he's under 14s at Forest, he is.
Okay.
But Willis had him from 8 to 12, 13, and then Willis stepped up and he's moved on. So I still see quite a lot of him, to be honest. Still see not overly, because as you get older, life takes over, doesn't it?
Kids get in the way, don't
Kids.
they?
Well, I've got a couple.
So saying that though, so you started at your local grassroots. You've been picked from there. You've had a full year on trial, basically. Which probably got you up to speed with all the rest.
Well, it did, but it affected me mentally, you know. Because you know when every other kid is in the training kit and the tracksuits, and I wasn't. You feel a bit left out. You did. And what don't help is my background. We had nothing, like nothing. I was a council estate kid, which a lot of people are, but beyond that, we had nothing. My dad was in jail. My mum worked at a chippy, 10 in the morning till 10 at night. My mum and dad never ever took me to a game until, I don't think they ever did.
Wow.
Yeah, don't think they ever did.
Wow.
I think great guy Chris Magoo, I'll give him a shout. Chris is Magoo's dad, used to pick me up, take me to Highfields, because that's where some of our games was. Some of our games at Gresham, they used to take me there, but not because my mum didn't care, she just didn't understand.
She didn't have the time.
Didn't understand football and how it worked, you know what I mean? But we had, I'm not just laying it down, we had an okay life. I'm not saying they didn't, but my boots were always the ones with holes in. Seriously, I'm not just saying it, there was. And like we had the shit car. My mum used to park around the corner because I made her.
Yeah.
Because everyone's rolling up in
embarrassment.
everyone's turning up in a nice car.
So you had it tough.
Yeah, well, not tough, like, I mean, doors been off because my dad, like the police, so I'm not a stranger to him jumping out the window and getting caught out or being hid under my bed. One story about me, just to understand my background a little bit, because I might come across differently, but I got a brand new bike on Christmas Day. It was a Marin, Muirwoods Marin, and you could pick it up with your fingers. And I'm driving on the park, Central Avenue Park, which is a local park to me, and the police stopped me and was like, "Hey, Nick," knew me by name, I was only 9, 10. I said, "Who bought you this? Santa?" I said, yeah. He says, "Oh, let's just run you back there." A true story. And obviously my dad's there, he's obviously robbed it the day before, gave it me. And the policeman, to be fair to him, I forget the names now, but they bought me a brand new bike the following day.
Oh, that's buzzing.
Yeah.
The police did?
Yeah. Because listen, you're 9, 10. Your bike's been took off you.
Yeah.
Right? Christmas Day, which they had to do because you got to follow the law.
Yeah.
and they did. They chipped in and listen, like I hold a high regard for people in the force. I really do. Just because as much as they were in my life from a bad perspective, it's because my old man deserved it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's wrong uns out there, but that's my lasting memory of him. So so it goes a long way. And another story, we won Grand National. We won, which was a horse race. We closed our eyes, pick one, £1. Yeah. And there's a horse called Party Politics, 14-1, won £15. My mum bought £5 gas, £5 electric, and there was a shop in Beeston called Jonathan James, and she bought me £2.50 Knicks trainers and my sister £2.50 Mercury trainers at the time. So that's the level we was operating on. That's where I've come from. Not that my mum and dad we done great things. I've never been abroad till I was 16, and that was on a tour at Forest. So our holidays consisted of Skeggy. The odd time we went down to Devon in a van with a mattress in the back. We're laying down in the back, me and my sister. Mum and dad are in the front loading, which is pretty normal apparently in them days, but now you ain't. We'll go to Devon and we last there a day. My dad gets drunk and does it, get kicked off the site. Then we're marching home, and like that was a bit of how it was. My mum, I won't say a bad thing about her. I mean, the best mum growing up, because she worked with nothing and created two amazing people in me and my sister. We're grown up to be good people, good family people.
Shout out to the good mums.
Yeah, shout out to the mums.
Yeah.
I'd say though, so your upbringing, your hardships in life, would you say that would have helped you in your football journey, your ability wise, because you had to grow up quite quick? Yeah,
so from a football perspective, again, I had nothing other than a football in my hand, and I mean it every day. And I'm sure every kid when we was 10 was the same, because you don't see it now, but everywhere I went, a football went with me. That's all I had, and all I wanted anyway, to be honest. It's all I wanted, really. But I used to go on the park, and before you knew it, I was playing with the 13s and 14-year-olds, which has its pros and it has its cons. The pros are you get better at football. The cons is they're 18, I'm 13, I want to go and do a bit more with them. And this is where the Forest thing starts to break down, because, again, not hammering my mum or dad here, but they don't understand the concept of how important or the opportunity I had as a kid.
So you're talking about peer pressure now and going off and doing different things besides football?
Yeah, because I want to... When I was like, my mates was 17, 18, 19, and I was 13, because that's who I played football with. So that kind of shaped my direction, and then I believe when I got to about 15, 16, there was... instead of us going town or whatever, there was like a youth club thing where it was called Maces. So you'd be under 18s.
Yeah.
That's where the 2020. Do you remember 2020?
Yeah, of course.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog 2020.
So that 2020 started off, and then we got used to 4 cans of Fosters in a 2020. And then we'd go Maces, and we'd be saying to women, "Oh, we get off with me," and that kind of thing.
And you're a footballer?
Yeah, and I like that. And then that become a Friday night, but we had games on Saturday. So really, me being me as a dad now, I'm saying, obviously, kids, you're going to bed at this time, we're going to do that, get up ready. Mum didn't really know, she's probably at work. My dad was probably in HMP Lincoln at the time. So I'm going Maces.
Was he out of your life for a long time, your pops?
Listen, my mum and dad were together until I was about 16, but I'll give him props. He grew up in a kid's home, so he didn't have the best start to life. And he was around the monks, and the monks did bad things to kids. It's been pressed, and he ran away as a 9-year-old boy. He hid in a field for 3 days.
Wow.
So he's from a kid's home, because the guy was you know, doing whatever.
Doing madness to
yeah.
him.
So
Yeah.
he didn't like, so he wouldn't have that. So he got off, and he was only 9, I think, maybe 10, and he was hiding. So that was his upbringing, and he had a difficult one. You know,
Traumas of his own.
but that don't mean you pass it on.
Yeah.
I didn't have a great one.
Yeah. I get
But I
that.
don't pass mine on.
Yeah, I didn't. I had a good upbringing. So,
Yeah.
but I struggled.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Football was a big tool
Yeah.
for us. But
Yeah.
what I will say, got touching on that. Did your dad show you anything
No.
football related?
No,
Or
Dad
everything
can't kick
yourself?
wind. No, can't kick wind. So where was he in my life? Yeah, he was always there, but he was in and around his thing. Do you know what I mean? In and around him being taken away for a few months, couple of years here, and whatever else. So in and out. And when he got, I think when he was about 16, 17, he come out properly for a bit. I was about 16, 17, and he used to like be quite aggressive towards, you know what I mean? And I used to stay with my mum. Oh, she's died now, and she was my life. But on a weekend, I just stay there because I couldn't be bothered with what was coming.
With the antics, innit? You're getting older and them kind
Yeah.
of things, then, aren't you? Yeah.
But then as you're older, you stand less of it, and then you stand up for it, and you stand against it. Then that causes divide and all of that. But like I said, my old man didn't. I wouldn't say he didn't out. He didn't out for me, but my mum did everything she could. And more, because she did. Do you know what I mean?
She did a good job.
Josh, yeah,
She
class.
did.
Like you can only, I think you judge a parent on what your kids are saying.
Yeah, that's true.
And my sister's a diamond, and I think I'm doing well. I've got a good moral compass, and I understand what's right and wrong. And my kids are doing well, and they understand life. So I think overall they did all right. But from a football perspective, I've got another big decision in life. I got offered a 5-year contract at 14. Yeah, well, there was 5 of us.
Yeah.
6 of us, I think, and
So the level you was at, Nick, was high.
Yeah, I was
was
good.
extremely
Yeah, we were
high.
top operators,
It
mate,
was
yeah.
it's the elite level we're
Yeah,
talking
we-
about here.
We were top performers of, you know, there was ones better than me, Weston, and people like Groves.
Do you know how good you was, though?
Yeah, but it's, you know what I find it's hard is, I was better than most, in my opinion, but I couldn't ever always deliver that.
Right.
Maybe because I didn't believe, or I don't know what it was, but you know,
Bit of
back
imposter.
on the street with all my friends,
You could do it.
I was top, like, and I know we're operating different level, but I would never take that into football, and that's why I try and keep this mentality and mindset now of that making it, so FDNA is, which we'll go on to in a bit, is making it a natural environment.
So now you mentioned FDNA, because that's what I'd have touched on next. Would you say your upbringing and parts of how you've played football and experienced football, would you say that is a massive factor in why you've developed FDNA this way? Because, let's have it right, FDNA isn't your everyday football training.
No,
it's not for you, like, did you understand what I'm
Yeah,
coming
I'd say
from?
it's FDNA, my mentality behind supporting. So there's the coaching, which I'll go on to, but the FDNA for me, coaching element, I think it's to build an holistic approach. And holistic means to me, not just you as a football player, but you support as an individual mentally.
Yeah.
Because I think football is a mental thing, a lot of it.
I agree with that.
Confident.
Yeah,
I think it's
mental,
confidence
confident.
and
All
mental,
this is falls in the mental. Like, kids can play football. You don't believe in yourself. You're not confident, and you're not aggressive. You know, this holistic thing around you. Don't matter how good you are, because you're never going to deliver on the stage. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really deliver on the stage that I should have. I don't think. So that's because it didn't become a habit to me, playing how you should play. So now I'm trying to force a habit of how you can play, to go out there, and it doesn't matter about how good or bad you are as a player. It matters about your mentality to it.
Yeah.
So we've got a big mentality program where it's not an education, but it's a mindset, it's a mind frame of coming in and being you, being the best.
You
And
as an individual,
Well, I don't know what level that is right now.
Yeah.
You might do a step over and not, but if you're aggressive and then you'll continue to be that player.
Yeah.
And then no matter what environment you go in, I've got 4 kids, and all of them are going in an environment, I hope, with the same mentality, because I've driven it.
You've driven it into
Yeah.
it. So your core beliefs in there, your mentality, you teach a lot of skills.
Yeah.
You teach a lot of 1v1s.
Yeah.
What reasons are there behind these?
There's loads of literature back 1v1s and why it's important.
Yeah, I support them.
And skill
Massively.
combinations. And it comes from a history of me playing as well. So all our best kids were individuals, you know, when I was growing up.
Yeah, Maverick
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
Maverick,
They're the best, but
Take a few man on, you know.
You know, I always think this, you know, if you ask most scouts or recruitment people, they normally can tell a kid within a warm-up, you know,
Yeah, I would say that.
how their effort is, mentality is, and how they manipulate the ball. Honestly, they can, and then they'll go, oh, he looks all right, I'm going to keep an eye on him. You'll hear this story loads. I went to watch this player but signed that player.
Yeah.
And that's because they have those snippets of magic and their mentality is strong. So the 1v1s, people think, oh, you do the skills to take people on, but there's more to it than that, you know, because sometimes you can do a skill to change the direction.
Yeah.
You don't have to be to take someone on.
Yeah.
I can just be running down the right wing and chop and come back in to go the other way to give it back to my fullback or centre back. So it's not always about that. It's about having the confidence in a 1v1 situation to change the picture, to change the concept of the game.
Yeah.
So is that 1v1 taking someone on? Great. Is it 1v1 to see the next pass? Is it 1v1 to have a shot? Is it 1v1 to change the picture? Because there's a thing called pitch geography. So when I did my UEFA licences, we had to have a football philosophy. My football philosophy is 1v1 dominance and power press.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy. Press, win it high up and go and play. Yeah, people have low block and sit in shape and whatever it is, but my philosophy is that. And we had to talk about philosophy during our UEFA licence courses because fortunately I'm a member of the PFA. So when you sign a professional contract at a club, you're a member of PFA for life.
Yeah.
So they honestly, another shout to PFA, they do loads for you. If I've had an injury and I need an MRI, I contact the PFA, I go private within a few days.
Get it,
Yeah, within a
Just
few
explain what PFR is.
Professional Football Association. So every professional footballer, and what that means is I never made it the grade to be a professional footballer, but I signed a professional contract at 17.
Yeah.
So therefore, I got a PFA registration number.
Yeah.
So although I never, you know, a professional footballer to me is playing in front of X amount of thousand with your name on the back and it's your full-time job.
For me, I'd say I agree with that, but I'd say any level that you've made it and it's full time, you could class as professional. You have got more of a, I'd say, an elite level look at it. Like you signed a professional contract at 17 for Forest. To me, that's making it.
Yeah.
That's making it, bro.
Yeah, we'd have
Like,
to
you got
getting
how many
paid
million kids
Nah.
tried to get that? Nick, that's an achievement.
No, it's an achievement. It's not a professional footballer though.
But it's a professional contract, bro.
It's a professional contract. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it because when I growing up as a kid, what do you want to be?
Football.
That's all I ever said.
Yeah, but there's levels to a footballer because you've got, let's just say you've got Messi.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like, from Nottingham, Lewis McGugan.
Yeah.
Like another one.
Brilliant
Still
player.
a professional footballer, absolute brilliant
But
player.
he made a professional appearance, didn't he? In a professional league.
Yeah.
So he.
Okay, I can see where you can.
So
I can
Lewis,
see that.
comparison Lewis to me, this kid's a joke. He was a few
player.
years below me.
Yeah.
But everyone knew when I was about 17 or 17, 18, he was like an under 13 or 14, and everyone knew. This kid was like 6'3" anyway.
Yeah.
At that age, but he was class, and he's gone on to play, I don't know, 250 league games. I don't know if he's played in the Prem or not, but he's had an incredible.
But you could have played, you might not have played at that level and sustained it, but with your background and where you got trained, you could have had a full-time career.
And this is, I go to another thing about FDNA, it's parental support, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming my mum or my dad for it, but if my kids have my ability and have my opportunity, they will have the best chance to be successful.
Yeah.
I don't think I was given the best chance by the support around me.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't have the knowledge.
Didn't have the knowledge, mate. And you know, things like again, I'm not hammering my mum here because she's great. I love my dad. It's what it is. But my mum not. But she had to go and graft and work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if I've got a boy who's 15, 14, I've never watched him play. Or on one hand, I could count it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I could count. My school sent me to the South Notts trials to play for Nottinghamshire. So there was South Notts and City Boys. But where my school catchment was, I fell in the South
So
Notts
that's
category.
district football.
District football.
Yeah.
I couldn't get there.
Oh, you couldn't get there?
Couldn't get there.
That stopped your district football?
No, so I couldn't get there.
Yeah, wow.
So they opened up the second one, and Chris, who I spoke about earlier, he took me.
And I bet you walked in.
So yeah, we did all right. But the point is, I didn't have that support, and I'm thinking this is why it's important now. And the FDNA element is, we never just thank the player. So I always, a lot of people will tell you this, but I make sure every kid, honestly, that comes to us understands the sacrifice that mum and dad or grandma have made, because we train 5 till 8 every night. Mum and dad have been at work all day, the chances are, right? You went to school at 8:30, but you got up at probably 7:30. Yeah. Bet your mum and dad got up at 6:30 just to prep, to get you ready. Yeah. Or when you're in bed, they're up getting everything ready for school the next day. Yeah. So not only that, they've done that, they've took the kid to school, right? They've been at work all day, they've picked the boy or girl up, then they take him to football in the cold, wind, rain. Yeah. So I make sure, because again, holistically, we have to appreciate what mums, dads, grandmas, and all these people that look after kids are doing for them, because to some kids, it's just, I'm going training. No. We're investing into you, mate. And I didn't have the investment. So I would love to have known I had that investment from people.
So this leads me to, FDNA, again, as people who you might not know, listeners, but FDNA, you also travel to a lot of academies and give a lot of opportunities. Yeah. There's a bag of opportunities from Derby's to Forest to Leicester's to Sheffield's. Yeah. Any academy city, you're namely there. Yeah. Is this one of the reasons you do this part as well?
Yeah, so again, I touched on it earlier about being the same person in all the environments. Yeah. Not every kid or any kid might make the game professionally as I perceive it. That's not, but can we make these kids the best versions of them? Do you know what I mean? So we're not going to say, come to me and you're going to be a professional footballer. Although I do get, believe it or not, parents saying, I want him to be a professional. Yeah, all right, mate. Well, I'm enjoying the queue.
But it goes back, doesn't it, to what you were saying about individuality and bringing out the confidence. Even if they don't make it in football, they can still make it in the world, being confident in themselves.
Of course they can, and being and understanding life and the sacrifices people make. So going to the academies, it's a recruitment opportunity for the academies, which is great, because the more players we can showcase for them to give an opportunity to is great for us as a brand, but them as a club. But the big thing for me is, I like brand recognition, so I've got a bit of arrogance about me. I like to know that FDNA is the brand to be at, which we are. We genuinely are. I would say we're definitely the brand in the Midlands. I'd like to go and say national. I haven't seen everything nationally, but we're surplus upwards of 400 kids in the Midlands.
That's a lot of children.
Lots.
So that says to me that the majority of people that train football in Nottingham generally come or have been through you.
Yeah, or reached out to us at some point, or they will do in the future. And I only started this July last year.
So what makes it different then? What makes you think that everybody wants to?
Me.
Yeah. What's your USP?
I am the USP.
Yeah.
I think it falls down without me, because it takes a certain character to drive, to coach, to keep a room of 24 kids.
It's hard.
Is tough, right? And I've done it I've got other 3 or 4 coaches with us at the time, so I'm not taking credit from them, but I structure it, I organise it, we session plan it, we're structured with times, we are disciplined, we are the closest thing, in my opinion, to how a professional academy operate. And I know that because I've worked in professional academies. Yeah. But the games element of it, I understand being an ex-academy coach and whatever else, the intensity they have to play at, but the mentality they have to have. Forget, I haven't mentioned football ability, have I?
No.
Because it's not about
mental. I'm telling you.
So you go to these professional academies, and there was a few boys who've just started the journey with us, young, under 6 or 7s, going into think the kid's brilliant, which they really are, but then they go into the academy game and it blows them away, because the intent, it's the shark tank, mate. You're a little nurse shark in there.
Yeah.
But as long as I always say this when people sign up, we'll have a chat, because it's not for everyone. Do you know what I mean? We're not for everyone. Football is for everyone, as my mate said, as my friend said. But our place isn't for everyone. Just like Nottingham Forest Football Club isn't for every player. Some player will go there and not find that little spark.
So you wouldn't bring someone to you who's just started to play?
I don't think it's the right environment for them. But we will pass them on to different places, because there's some great different places to be at. But So going to the academy games, forget the footballing at the minute. You have to be mentally strong because those kids are relentless.
Yeah.
They're relentless. 6s, 7s are relentless. And you're thinking, wow, but that's the game right now.
So let's talk about mentality, because you, like you said, you've touched on it before. You got 3 or 4 boys?
4 boys, yeah.
So you got 4 boys, all of which in the academy system.
Yeah.
So out of the 4, who would you say is mentally equipped the best for the system, for the academy system? From judging out of your 4,
I'd have to go my oldest because he's been in it the longest.
right?
So he joined Forest at under 7, Rhodes. Shout out to Rhodes, good lad.
Cracking little player, by the way.
Great lad as well.
Player.
And he's been in it 7-8 years. So naturally, he's most equipped mentally because he's been around it the longest.
Yeah.
And he operates at Cat 1 level, and he hasn't had his growth and he hasn't had his spurt yet, but he's still stayed for 6-7 years being the smallest in the group.
So that says a lot about it.
Yeah, so eventually the plan is, if he's not going to stay small forever, because his dad's 6'1", his uncle's like big lads, eventually he's going to catch. And,
he's gonna go.
and what you find is right now, 2-3 inches is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Right? But when me and you step on the pitch, you're 2 inches bigger than me, don't matter.
Don't matter.
No, not now.
No,
Doesn't matter now.
no.
But when we're 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 inches...
It matters.
It matters.
It matters a lot.
So size does matter to people, and he's had to work on his mentality a lot because he played Man City, their team did, and got smacked 12 or something. And Forest are good. They're all good. Good. But they got smacked 12 because Man City and Villa and all great clubs, they buy the best as well. They generate the best within.
So they're buying children.
I think a lot of clubs are doing that now. Yeah.
Well, Chelsea have just signed a kid from Preston, bro, from Blackburn. Bro,
Yeah.
750
He's
South
Rhodes'
African
age.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays football. Well, not anymore, but played football next to Lucas, who's from the team I sponsor.
Right.
So Lucas, very good footballer, absolutely immense. But Lucas got what one Category 1 academy will see as a skill set, another one might not. Do you know
It's
what
called
I mean?
a bias.
Okay.
We have a coach's bias.
Right.
So my coach's bias is a work rate ethic and a lefty.
Left footer.
Just look sexy.
Yeah. Looks better.
Look
looks
better. Right.
Work ethic, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
as
Put
well.
in the work.
That's my bias. So I say to all the kids, we played Lincoln City last night, we took about 40 kids, and I said to them, score's irrelevant, no one's watching that. Attitude's massive, work ethic's massive. Didn't mention football, because it's not important just yet.
Yeah.
But the work rate, so I said, if you go out there and put the same work in, and have the same commitment as them, then you trust yourself as a footballer, because we give you those tools.
Yeah.
You can go and deliver it, man. And I mean, scores aren't important last night, but our 9s played Lincoln's 9s. So they're signed kids against our non-signed kids, and we won 4 out of 4. Now,
Wow.
yeah, but and scores, like I said, not important, but it goes to show our philosophy and our training was too intense for them.
Yeah.
We were too good in a 1v1 scenario for them over the whole pitch. And their kids did really well because, they're good. They're all academy players, kids. But ours are just built differently in there. We just create a different mindset and a mentality in there. And then when you've got that coupled with our tools that we give you, we're a very, very, very good force to be reckoned with. Like we've sent about 50 kids to pro clubs.
Yeah.
And
That's
we don't.
less than a year.
Yeah, we don't say. You'll never see me go. Oh, me with this kid because mums and dads and the kid put the work in.
Yeah, I agree
Not me.
with that.
You paid me,
Yeah.
right, to do my job. I'm not going to go and take recognition. So when I see these coaching brands going, oh, this player, all the work. No. Give the mum and dads it because I bet you didn't do it for free. Right?
Yeah.
And that's your job. That's their choice. So there's a choice scenario. So kids gone in a choice. We've got kids come to us 3 times a week. It's their choice to turn up in the rain, wind and snow.
Yeah, it is,
right?
yeah.
It's mum and dad's choice to bring them. It's my job. I'm there. You paid me.
You've paid.
So I'm not going to take any credit. So I don't. You'll say I don't announce any signings and stuff. All I do is they'll message me. Thank you. It's all you. No. You paid me. I delivered it. It's all you guys. So go and enjoy it.
So is this why now? So we've had FDNA training. We've touched upon that. We've touched on the academies. We've done a lot with FDNA, but that's not even the end of it. So we've also got FDNA specific teams that compete grassroots level now as well.
Yeah, because we had this demand it was about 6 months ago. We had about 120 players amongst us, and a lot of the parents were like, oh, have you got any teams? And we're like, no, we don't do teams.
Yeah.
And I thought, and to me again, as my good friend said, you know, everyone deserves to play football.
Yeah.
So for me, I was thinking, okay, so there was a long thing in my back, a subconscious mind thinking, God, maybe a team, but it's not where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
It's not my avenue.
Yeah. Right.
So we behind the scenes built a team of people who could support that club growth.
Yeah.
And because I believe you're as good as your team. Like, I've got amazing coaching boys at FDNA, and I'm going to give these a call because Marcel and Dorian, both from St Anne's, 18, 19. The average 18 and 19-year-old ain't catching a bus or an Uber every weeknight, 5 p.m. on the dot, and delivering a youthful, most mature session to kids. Any other 18, 19-year-old, I'm telling you now, on a Thursday night are in town or causing havoc somewhere. Not those two.
Dedication.
They're going to go amazing places, whether that's with us, and they'll get every opportunity. But Marcel's just gone to Leicester City, which just epitomises the growth within us. Like, he come as a cameraman, really.
Is that how he started?
Well, he was at Notts County, and I knew him, and he worked behind the counter at County at one of the facilities. And he's always been just a lovely man, young man to be
Good
around.
footballer,
Good guy.
God, player. Yeah, he's a really good player.
Good coach, man.
Yeah,
Good coach.
and there's an argument we're taking him away from his football but he's got a career path for him, and he loves it, and he's bloody good at it, right? So I've said to Marcel, being a youth coach does all right, and I remind him what we're doing, and then I remind him about all the bonds and relationships he's built and the trust and the growth in him in a year. I kid you not, he wouldn't talk in public. He was just dead quiet.
Really?
Now he's...
You wouldn't have thought of that.
No, honestly, mate. In a year, honestly. And now he's just rang me this morning about... Because Leicester want a reference. He sent it yesterday. He's rang me, can you get it out? Because he's desperate to grow.
Yeah.
And Dorian, he would be the same in terms of growth, but he's got an opportunity to play step-free football at Ilkeston, which again, at 18 years old, like... playing at step 3, the third best non-league tier in the UK, which is the conference, which is not where Notts County were a couple of years ago. The conference North, which is where Alfreton are and all that, and then the one below that. And he's playing at that level, and that's an incredible level at 18.
So you would say that every coach that comes to FDNA can also play football then?
Yeah, so Peely, I won't ignore Peely. Peely's been one of my best mates for 15, 20 years. Can I tell you how I met him? Because this is a story.
Go for it, man.
Listen, you know what I said about underprivileged? No, I said about underprivileged and overprivileged.
Yeah.
Healy lives in a mansion.
Listen,
Healy lives
I've been waiting
in
for this
a
Batman.
mansion. Right, yeah.
Bruce Wayne, bro.
Yeah, listen, he drives in Teslas. This guy's living. Anyway, pissing it down. We're playing, I've signed for the same team. I've come in as Billy Big Bollocks, am I? Like, you know, take corners, free kicks, pens, you name it, I'm doing it. Getting all these credits from other clubs because I'm the name for this team. Anyway, we're playing Brig away. It's pissing it down. And we are meant to meet on the minibus. We were meant to meet at Judge 25 and the minibus was collecting us. So Peely's dad has took Peely, right, to jump on the bus. So they're in a van. It's pissing it down. I've got dropped off by a mate or whatever I'd done, probably been out the night before, probably not been home, I don't know, one of them anyway. So I'm fucking, we've obviously had a shower and that, so I've got my towel, it's chalking it down. The minibus is late, right? Let's check this, I've got the towel, I've put it over my head. Peely's dad's there, in the van. They don't even look at me, knocked on the window, I said, get in anyway, got no room, mate. I was like, fucking hell. Normally you'd just make room, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, just window back up. Hey, so listen. So we go to Brig. Yeah, go to Brig. I think we win the game 3-2, bagged a couple, right? Fucking so the banter's on the way home about me being wet through on the way there. Anyway, we got married a few years later and we've become best mates. I'm hammering him and he went, let me tell you a story about you. You know that day? It was raining the first day. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. I thought, yeah, fucking wait out there. I can't stand him. He said, we had no tools in the back. It was loads of space, but we watched every minute of him in the rain. That's what he said to me. Yeah. That's what he said to me. That was my best man. That's what he did.
Nice
So
guy.
he watched me.
guy,
I've saved him. I've given him a job now, coaching, haven't I? I've saved him. And
brought him back.
we had some banter at Shepshed. There's some good boys in there, but there was an owner, bless him, he's died now. I can't remember his name, the chairman. He had a minibus, right, as we just said. After a game, he's gone, go Asda, because we all had a drink on the way home, whatever it is. And there was them, like over 2.6 metres and stuff, the barrier.
Yeah, mate.
So the chairman, what is his name? I can't think of his bloody name now. Anyway, he's gone, is it all right? So I took the pit. I was constantly banter boy. Like, I just didn't take it. I was like, yeah, Pete Bull, right? I said, yeah, Pete, come on. He took the whole roof off. You fucking idiot! Right, listen, you idiot! So we're trying to drive home. Half the ceiling's off. It's gushing with wind and rain. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I took it off as the car park.
I've never seen. I bit it, but
Yeah, no, mate, he took that. Yeah, but he's an old man.
Yeah.
So he just went bosh the whole. I'm telling you, it come off, mate. Didn't, and he just went bah. I was like, so yeah. So that was it. I got sacked from them. Which one?
For that?
Wow, I got it made it hard, didn't it? Untenable. So then, I went to Chase Town. We played in the FA Cup third round there against Cardiff. Another good story about that. We again, this is upbringing.
Yeah.
This is upbringing, right? This is this. We're playing Cardiff City, third round of the FA Cup. So no Mickey Mouse stuff. Hasselbanks up front. Yeah. Peter Whittingham, God bless, he's died. Left wing. Aaron Ramsey, Arsenal, centre mid. It was his debut. I'll tell you a story. Centre mid, right? So we're the day before, we're at Chase Town in Birmingham. Charlie, sorry about this, Blakemore, you're going to read this and air it and it's going to not be good. But I'd just been out injured for 3 months playing for Caribbean Cavs on a Sunday, right?
So these Caribbean Cavs from
Just a local Sunday League team, yeah. And I broke my ankle. Anyway, 3 months. So I told the manager I did it on an assault course. Yeah, because I was trying to get fit. I did it for charity, but I won. I was playing Caribbean Cavs. Anyway, broke my ankle.
They know now.
They do know now. Yeah, I think they had an idea anyway. But anyway, 3 months out, and then the boys had got to the first round, second round, and a kid got injured, Parso, who was a captain, and we played Port Vale round 2. And Charlie said to me, you're going to go straight in. I only trained on a Tuesday, Thursday, played Saturday, and Parso was injured, so I luckily got in. And I got like a 9 out of 10 or something in the sun. I was good. And Mark Lawrenson, I was on Match of the Day, Mark Lawrenson went, this kid, if he could run, he'd go up places. But bear in mind, he don't know I've been out a while. He'd be a player, da-da-da-da-da. So I got real star reviews in there. I thought I played all right, you know what I mean? Drew Cardiff at home. Third round of the FA Cup, 3,000 there. There was about 10 at Port Vale. But anyway, and there was a kid, Liam Earns, who was a really good mate of mine and a brilliant footballer who'd gone on to play great levels, Lincoln, Grimsby, Mansfield, good player. Yeah. He was with us, but he weren't in the squad because I think he was already FA Cup banned, played for another team in the FA Cup. We stayed in this hotel in Birmingham. I was up till silly o'clock one hour with, you know, doing the thing. So there was a captain, John Branch, and we had to be at a team meeting at 9:30 in the morning. Bear in mind, BT Sport used to be called Setanta. So Setanta followed us in the hotel, on the coach, and videoed a game.
So there was everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere. So I had to have this team meeting at 9:30. Fucking bang, bang, bang. I'm like, Nick, where are you? I was like, oh no, I'm ill. Me and Earnsy were like,
lean, innit?
Anyway, I come down and said, Branchy, I can't. He's like, oh my God. So anyway, Charlie's like, what's up? I was like, oh, I don't feel very well. He's like, can you play? I was like, yeah, I can play. He said this to me and I'll never forget it. Well, he said it to my mates as well. It'll take one magic moment and you can create it. So I thought, yeah, I'm in. Let's go, I'm in. So I got through it anyway, we lined up and we had this team meeting. He said, they'll have this kid playing centre mid, Aaron Ramsey. He's new, he's 16. He won't want it on this pitch. He's used to all this, that and the other. Give him some shit before. I was like, oh yeah, Aaron Ramsey. They obviously don't know, do you? He's come out of his Ramsey, he had this long hair. I was like, you're not ready for this. He's like, behave lad, I grew up in Wales. I was like, mate, well, smash your come get near him. I believe, listen, I want commission, mate, because I believe I got him that £5 million move to Arsenal. Yeah, because they must have watched him against me and he thought, yeah, I terrorised him. But we lost 3-1 in the game against Cardiff and I got like a 2 in this one. I went from like an 8 or a 9 to a 2.
2.
Oh, that's shocking, mate. That's shocking, mate. And Ramsey scored, I think he got 2 maybe, battered me. I was shit. And there was this thing, he says, you get 1 chance in this game to make it on match of the day. I thought, right, this is my chance then. Halfway, free kick, I'm just going to have a shot. I dragged it to the wing, I just flew in, bosh goal. I was like, oh no, don't need it. January the 3rd, fucking ice cold, freezing. Yeah, so I didn't need it, mate. So yeah, that didn't last long after that, to be honest. Yeah. But there was good times. They were so again, I was like a bit of a joker, but that was probably down to upbringing and guidance and lack of. So
yeah, but I'd say that character, that upbringing, and all of that made you the footballer you are.
Maybe the personality I am. Yeah.
But personality is what you would portray on the pitch.
Yeah,
do you get
that's
what I mean?
And this is the thing we say, go back to FDNA because it's a big part of my life. It's my life actually. But I want the kids to be them. There.
Yeah, but the only thing I understand if you're going to give a bag of kids them tricks. But what I would say is being skillful, mavericks, whatever you want to call it. I think that's part of who you are.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like
that's
you've
me.
got your kids that play football because you're their dad.
Yeah.
So when they go out and play football, they will be as expressive as you are.
Yeah, they are.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I've watched them.
Yeah.
All of them have got a bag of skill.
Yeah.
So saying that, would you say it's hereditary then?
No, because hey, listen, Jonah, love you, Jonah. He's the under 11, right? I'm 3 years old, 4 years old. Now he couldn't kick it. I was thinking, no. I said to Hannah,
he's good though.
Yeah, now, but honestly, I'll put some videos on. I'll show you one time. But it got to about under 6, 7, right? And people who are watching this are going to be pissing themselves who saw him play. This kid could not kick it. So I said to Hannah, nah, I can't have a kid that can't play football, man. I cannot have it. Yeah, I can't have it. So we put endless time in, and I'd nearly quit, man. I said, listen, he's going to have to find a new sport, man.
Oh, Nick, I've been there.
He's going to have to find a new sport.
Been there.
And the lad just plugged away and plugged away and plugged away.
Is that Jonah who played for us?
No.
Different Jonah. Yeah, so he went to Notts County.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good, Jonah. He's got the best mentality in terms of...
He's the most aggressive one.
Yeah, he's just a lovely, calm lad. Get on the pitch, he's all everything.
Like a pit bull, bro.
Yeah, gives everything.
Like so did you ever notice the change in him? Was it gradual or was it just like...
Yeah, gradual. And this is why I believe that we can build a mentality, because for some reason he had a belief that he was going to be good, but he was shit.
So did Nick Isaiah has to say... Listen, bro, I had to watch my son you've been there, bro. I've had to watch my man pick up AstroTurf off the floor while the match is got, and I'm looking at him thinking, yo, you're my son. Like this ain't even right, bro.
I know.
Yo, but now he can play, bro. He can play.
It takes time, and this is why if you persevere. So again, I say to all the kids, you're going to find it hard.
Yeah.
Because that's what you find life hard.
Yeah.
Get out on the street when you're older, again, go back to the holistic approach.
Mate.
Not everything's handed to you, mate.
Right.
And
get it.
And you've got to learn that it's going to be difficult, and you're going to be in situations you don't like, or you're not comfortable with, or you find challenging. Brilliant. Because I think going challenge, we have success and challenge ratio. What do you think we look for as FDNA for a success rate to be a successful session? So if you're taking on or you're challenged to do 10 1v1s, what do you think we're looking for out of 10 to be successful? 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 2.
Because we want 5, 6, 7 challenges.
Yeah,
where you're unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And then when you build from 2 or 3 successful challenges, so when I say this to mums and dads, they're like, oh, he struggled tonight. No, he won 2 or 3. You're playing against brilliant kids, like this normal. Yeah. So if you won 2 or 3, he's only won 5 or 6. The other 1 or 2 might have just fell out and no one won.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3, a 25% success rate is where anyone should aim for, to be challenged to go better. Yeah. And once you start getting in the realms of 60, 70% success, we have to move you on a group. Yeah. And so how we structure FDNA is 5 till 6 is the 7s and 8s, 6 till 7 is the higher 8s, 9s and lower 10s, and then 7 till 8 is the top 10s, some top 9s, 11s and 12s.
So you call that the academy session?
Yeah, when I was at West Brom, we had a contender group, a compete group and a commit group.
Right.
And the contender group they're just coming in. Yeah. The compete group, they could compete.
Yeah,
and the commit ones, the ones we commit to.
Yeah, man.
And that's how I structure it. So there's commits the 7 to 8 slot. So my kid Maddox, another shout out to one of them, best give Sailor one as well.
Baller.
Yeah, Maddox is, in my opinion, one of the best under 8s in the country. And I can say that because he's already been offered at Leicester City. He can walk into any local academy. He's played against nearly every kid around here, his own age, and dominate. He's been to Man U, Man City, Chelsea, you name Arsenal, and he's dominated there. And there's not many better. There's some really good kids at Leicester, Villa, Derby. So you know, I'm not going to name names, but there's 4 or 5 local kids around here, exceptional as well, and on a very very similar level to Mads. Like, they're all very very good. Some have the trend. So he's up in the top 10% around Maddox is. And there's other kids who have better traits, but that's what you get. You've got to work. You can't be a complete kid at 7 years old.
You've got the older one, left footer, man. You got the left footed boy. He's a baller.
Sailor. Yeah, he's class. So Sailor again, but he's probably the weakest mentality in self belief.
What makes you say that?
Just personality.
Yeah, I out of the brothers, I could see
his personality. It's just his personality, because no matter what, we can drive the kids to have a mentality, but the personality is their personality.
Yeah.
Maddox can walk in front of 80,000 at Wembley and it wouldn't faze him.
I can see that.
It wouldn't faze him.
Wouldn't bother
He
him.
wouldn't care.
He wouldn't even act like it, would he?
No, he wouldn't care.
One of my daughters is like that.
Yes. And it's not the way they've been brought up, because we've been brought the same. Just the mentality, just the personalities, isn't it? So he's got more, but he has great potential. So he's what I would call as a project kid. So people always say to me, why in the academy? He probably could be now, but can he sustain it without his dad there? Not yet.
But he's technically gifted.
Technically beautiful. Wow, it's class. And he's now becoming aggressive. He's now becoming confident. He plays up, like with the under 11s, the under 10. He plays up with in the Premier on a Saturday and a Sunday, a year up, and he's one of the better ones. He's brilliant. But just in the big world, the academy step is a step.
Yeah, it's
a mentality step.
It's everything in it.
Yeah, it's just.
But technically, I would say he's got the skill set to easily, bro.
But again, having the skill set against kids who want that ball more than you want that ball is different. Because when you play grassroots football, some kids will let you win because they don't have it. You go to them academies, mate. No. They have it.
Fighting.
They are fighting. So it's a different mentality in there, and going into the grassroots, because I brushed off it slightly, but we build a team because every kid should play football. We just have to find the right level for the kid. So within us at that time, we had 120 kids, and when we were ready to start into the YEL league, we had 220 kids.
All high level though. You haven't got many.
No, but that's our training
teams.
That's our training.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
It's more or less Division 1, 2 or 3 out of 7.
We've got 16 teams, and I think 11 are in Prem or Division 1. I think 3 are in Division 2, and 2 are in Division 3. And
so that's the level of children you're
that we're creating. And they're not all with us. I'd say 75% of the team's kids are in our programme.
So you've got a good formula.
But I would say though, the ones that are not with you, they're training and playing against the ones that are with you.
Yeah, so they level up.
Because I do believe when you're playing football, your coach does a lot for you.
Yeah.
But
your
the
peers,
person you're against,
your peers,
the level you're around in it.
And this is why we group the kids. So we might have 18 to 24 in a session, but we group 6 to 8 kids of similar abilities. So you know the compete, contender, and commit.
Yeah.
They have to be. There's no point having a commit player with a compete player, or a contender player, because it's just going to be the challenge and success rate is going to be too high or too low.
Yeah,
so it's really important that we group the kids. And as I said earlier on, didn't I? If someone's dominating, we'll move them up a group. So that means they'll either move. So within our sessions, we'll split them into 3. And then coach 1, coach 2, and that'll be a medium, low, and high group within that group. So if you're dominating in the medium, we'll move you to the high level of that hour.
Yeah.
And when you're at the higher level of that hour, we'll move you from compete to contender. Lower level
with you.
And then gradually.
So what happens?
What
happens when we get to the highest of your?
We would hope they are ready
to move on.
Right.
And so the ultimate game is you get to the level that we can teach you, and then boom, you move on.
Because listen, make no mistake about it. I want to create the best kids in the country. Not just in the Midlands, and I've got a mentality of, you probably said it, someone says, why FDNA with the 1v1s, you said it earlier on. When we used to play Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, them London boys, They're just built differently.
Yeah, they are.
They're just built, honestly.
And the Northwest
Manchester,
boys.
right, I was about
Northwest,
to say.
bro.
The Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, built differently. They are. And it's a mentality.
Yeah, it is.
It's a background and a mentality. So when you go to London, I'm speaking to academy coaches, I do it all the time, people at Arsenal, Chelsea, or even Leicester Forest, and the mentality of the kids in London, they play street football in the cages with older kids. They get knocked down, get back up.
Challenges,
right? You get to the Midlands, we don't have it. We don't.
We have that in the Northwest.
Right, and then you go up to the Manchesters, and they're the same. Yeah. Manchester kids and Liverpool, I haven't really touched on Liverpool and Everton because we haven't played them much, but the Manchester United and Manchester City.
Yeah, I'm Preston. Listen, trust me with Preston, bro.
Don't bring his Preston in.
No, okay.
Most ballers that play for United come from Preston.
But like I say, you did say that North's got a lot more.
I'd say because I played football and I grew up playing football there. The biggest difference between us and yous were way more aggressive.
Yeah.
But most like up here, you two. Let's win a football match related.
Yeah, do you
understand
related.
what I mean? Like, bro, let's develop a footy player and then put 11 footy players, teach them all to play football, you'll dominate leagues. Let's not just win games. Like, in the Northwest, you've got to be able to do the fundamentals before you go in.
What you're explaining there is a me, not a we. So there's a me scenario, which is me.
Yeah.
Not us, not we, not my team. It's a me. I'm going to be the best here. It's not we're going to be in the best team, and this is what we have with the grassroots. Forget the we.
Yeah,
we don't
it's
train.
the me.
Forget the we. Go and be the best you.
Yeah, man.
Go and be the best me. And so we have that scenario in our mentality for our club teams. No me, and people go, "Oh, you're not training as a team." No. We create me's, not we's.
Yeah.
So going to the London thing, they're caged, they get down. Manchester, they're down. They're on the street, mate, kicking balls around, and don't do that here yet. So I thought, right, I'm going to bring London mentality to Nottingham. So we had a facility that was bouncing around and aggressive and intense, and that just escalated. And then we went into an indoor facility, and that created a bit more of an environment of close-knit.
I feel like it got a bit big for the facility, though.
Yeah.
Too many children.
Yeah, it was hard because
you can
kids can't train at 9 p.m. Can they?
No.
Kids can't train at 9, but I can't ask an 8-year-old, 9-year-old come and train at 9. And if you're a dad with a kid, you don't want your kid to come training where there's 40 lads and they're already touching the ball and it's too tight. So we have to say, right, we can limit the numbers to 18, 20 kids per hour. That's all we could do.
Yeah.
Now you do the maths, that's 60 kids a night over 3 hours, because I don't think you can train past 8 o'clock with 8-year-old kids, right? And if you do, they're not going to come, right? So if you look at the numbers, that's only 300 over the week. I'm at 400.
Yeah.
So we've gone and secured a long-term lease with a site in Nottingham where we've got 2 3G pitches. So our growth is there. 1 pitch, 2 pitch, side by side if we need it. We've got the grasses for the grassroots as well. So our growth or the long-term future is fine. It's brilliant because, again, my ambition to take every kid.
Yeah.
Not because I'm greedy, just because I believe what we do is the best. Yeah, that's it. It's not, I see lots of other coaches do what we do.
Yeah,
lots. Talk how we talk. Great. Because I do it. I do it. There's a guy in London, Matteo. He's the best coach I've ever seen in my life.
I've got Matteo on my ground.
Yeah,
That's good.
Seriously.
Coach
I don't know
Matteo.
what he's like in a team perspective, but from a kid, if he wasn't £500,000 an hour and he lived closer, my kid would be there.
Yeah.
The kid's a joke. And I take things off him. I take
Yeah,
away.
but that's part of coaching.
That's
isn't it?
coaching, yeah.
You take your little...
See what works, see what don't.
Yeah, but if he wasn't good, I wouldn't do it. So the fact that people are doing everything we're doing
shows that
we're doing right.
right.
That's good. Yeah. So the more people do what we do as much as possible, then Nottingham or the Midlands as an area is going to progress.
But I'd say, so for me personally, looking on the outside in, I'd say FDNA is probably, since starting, one of the biggest.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most talked about.
Yeah.
Sometimes, always mostly positive, little bit of negative recently, Mr. Nick.
You always get negativity.
Yeah, you always...
Not everyone likes success. Success
true.
comes at a cost.
Yeah, it does.
Trust me.
It
In
does,
anything you do, success comes because people think, why can't I?
But I feel like that's what's happened as such, because a lot of people, there is a lot of people in Nottingham that have been doing the 1v1 and stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they've come in and stuff, but
Yeah.
there's certain elements, because obviously I've done my research before I've invited you
Okay,
on, because
go
you're a
on.
guest and things.
Go
So
on.
there's a little bit of talk, which you know what I'm going to come with, don't you?
No?
Okay, all right, then I'll come with it.
Surprise.
Surprise then.
Go on,
so
then.
there's a little bit of a talk. There's another coach,
Okay.
per se, that's putting you in a bad light.
Okay.
So I wondered if you had anything to say about this said coach putting you in this bad light, because from my perspective, it looks as though... Well, no, you explain it.
Firstly, said coach, everyone's entitled to their own opinion
Yeah,
and how they conceive to have been treated or not treated.
yeah,
How you then portray that is a measure of the person.
agreed.
Okay? So, have people annoyed me, upset me, pissed me off along the way? Yeah. But there's a way of dealing with it. And the way to deal with it is go, brilliant, brushed, let's go.
Yeah.
Now, certain actions will create alarm bells. And my opinion is this. You've grown me. You've supported me. So thank you, subconsciously.
Yeah.
And you've harmed yourself. But I would like to go into it further. But maybe another time. Because
Yeah, maybe another
today's
podcast
about
for that one.
Today's about me, FDNA, Nottingham football, the brand, how we became and where we're going.
Yeah.
And sometimes negative energy. And again, we speak on levels. There's levels to the game. Manchester United, Chelsea,
Yeah.
are not going to worry about Baratan.
No, they're not. They're not. Well, the lion don't worry about the opinion of a sheep. Is that what you're trying
The
to
Great
say?
White don't worry about the piranha.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. But we could discuss piranhas any other time.
Yeah, I don't think we need to
That's for
discuss
another
piranha.
podcast.
Another
Yeah.
time.
No, I had, you know, I had to put it to you because I'm that type of person.
I wouldn't expect
you know,
anything
but-
less. Yeah.
But what I am going to say to you now is, going forward, what's the future hold for FDNA? Because you've been open for a year.
Yeah.
Let's just say you've took over in a year. You've probably
Yeah.
visited every academy
Yeah.
in the East Midlands
Yeah.
in a year. You've got 50 kids,
In the
probably
UK in a
more,
year. We've been everywhere.
signed up. You're at Manchester
Yeah.
now. So what's on the horizon
Yeah.
for FDNA? What's next?
I'd like to. My big dream's to go to the Middle East, maybe. That's my big dream.
What, Saudi and them type of...
Yeah, that's my big
Coach
dream.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my big dream. Because for me, there's a big market there.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
And there's a market and a need for people like me as well.
Yeah.
So I think there's that. But my short to long term here is we want to keep delivering for the boys and girls in FDNA.
Yeah.
Right? We want to keep nurturing great young coaches because, again, I say it, their future is important to me. And I think this business and industry is amazing. It really is, and it's something you should be proud of. So I'd like to continue supporting and growing my peers around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we bounce off each other. There's no leader. We do bounce ideas around all the time, so it's always networking and growing. Keep meeting good people. Met you guys along the way,
Yeah.
right? And you're always learning and developing and listening. And sometimes you've been down, and I've had the phone call off you,
Yeah.
and it just picks you up. So it's meeting new people is a big thing. I think to continue the takeover,
Yeah.
and that isn't an arrogance, but it's a reality.
So can we expect another centre anytime
I've had a look
soon
at it.
for more kids
yeah.
to join?
The problem I've got is this: you take Nick out of Nottingham FDNA, and it isn't the same.
So it's
Yeah.
got your stamp on it.
Yeah, he didn't. You ask. We've got. Let's just say of the 400 odd kids, right? If Nick ain't there, it doesn't have the same feel. And I'm not saying the others aren't capable, but it's down to your persona and your personality.
And your energy.
And your energy. And those boys will and are delivering great levels. But Nottingham's my baby, and it's we have to make sure that's taken care of. Can we open up centres in Leicester, Derby? Yeah, we will, but that'll be led by a different coach.
Me?
Yeah,
Led
whoever.
by me, man.
Led by. But again, our philosophies will not change.
So like franchising.
So your philosophy for me, so your philosophy is very much similar to a Northwest. It's let's develop the best footballer,
Individual.
best version
Me.
of you.
Yes.
If you want to have anything,
Yeah,
but-
aggression, power, skill, anything.
So they're your philosophies
Yeah.
on football. So what would you say? Because obviously I'm going to pick your brain. You got big license, big badges.
Well, let me just tell you this. It ain't my philosophy, you know.
Ah,
No.
nice, all
No,
right.
it ain't my philosophy.
So what's the philosophy then?
No, I do it because it's the best for the kids.
Right, okay.
That ain't my football philosophy. Barcelona, tick-a-tacker, was my philosophy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that one.
that was me. You know that Barcelona
Yeah,
team?
yeah, yeah.
Messi,
Xavi,
Silva, Xavi in there, Iniesta, bang, bang, bang.
Busquets.
Yeah,
Busquets,
or
bang,
the
bang.
Real Madrid with Ronaldo, Figo and all them. No,
And the
Barca.
one with Nistelrooy and Zidane and that.
Yeah,
that
but
one,
Barcelona,
yeah, yeah.
because it's the pop, 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 pop. So my actual philosophy on how I'd love to see it playing is pass, 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 pass with a high press like Barcelona did. How many times they nicked it high?
Yeah.
So I went and said earlier on about my licence courses, it was high press, win it high.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that ain't going to get your boy or girl in an academy football, because I had good chats with some really good people at Forest, Leicester, Derby, all over, and you have years to work on passing and decision making and pitch geography, because that's what it's classed as, pitch geography, understanding the pitch. But we can teach kids to do that, to make options, when to pass, where to pass, different ranges of passing.
Told you this. Lee.
Can't teach a kid to be aggressive and dominant in a 1v1 in tight areas. So they want that. I go to London, philosophy, Manchester. Every single kid, I mean it, in those teams
Can go past you.
can go past you
Yeah.
and aggressive.
Yeah.
And they'll beat you up. They want that ball.
Yeah, and laugh at
You,
you.
you know when the ball goes out of play, they will kick it out of play. Yeah, they'll still grab the ball like it's theirs.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
Yeah.
Mine, me, we.
So while I've got you here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to get a lot of grassroots coaches probably listening, probably a lot
Yeah.
of parents are going to be listening.
Yeah.
Training your, because I say this a lot,
Yeah.
training your kid at home, if
Yeah.
you want to call it that,
Yeah.
shouldn't be about cones and do this my way and don't do it right
No.
this way. It should just be get the ball, run with it, me and you tackle, do this, do that. That will create a better footballer than trying to structurally teach your
Yeah.
child at home.
Do you know, I'll give you an analogy of that. Do you know why my 4 kids are all at academies? Because they smash each other.
Battling each other.
I don't do it. My wife will say this, I don't take my kids on 1-to-1s.
No.
I don't take them on 4-to-1s. They get in the garden, right, and they smash one another to bits. And before it, if you don't want to get hit, move out of the way with the ball, move quicker. And now they play 2v2 and they smash into each other.
So, but when's my son coming to your house for the week, bro? He needs
Whenever,
some
mate.
aggression,
Yeah,
bro.
just get them all there.
He needs
Get
some
them-
aggression, man.
Get them there. But so yeah, I don't. Like I say, I'm going to touch on these 1-to-1s.
Yeah.
Everyone asks me
Come
for
on,
it,
man.
right? Tell me, when I did again my UEFA license course, everything we did session-wise had to be related to the game, right? Tell me in a game when your kid or any kid has ever had to dribble through and no one's tried to get it off him. Tell me a time.
Never.
Because listen, if you find one, let me know. Right? So this 1-to-1, dribble through a cone, give it a coach, he gives it back and scores. Brilliant. But what you've got is a little FDNA player who's not going to let you dribble, right? Who's going to stop you scoring, who's going to tackle you and run next to you. Can you deal with it then? So what they do is they build this self-confidence of, oh, I could do this in a 1v1, 1-to-1, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, get Saturday morning, mate. When you've got
footballers.
little Johnny, a little Roman or whoever going, nah, not today, mate. Bosh, get off the ball. Then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
I agree
Because
with you.
make it game relatable. So do a 2-to-1. Bring someone in of a similar level, and you do it under pressure.
Yeah.
It don't have to be tackling. Just do it unopposed. So you don't have to put a challenge in. But you try and
Just
strike
apply
a ball
pressure.
Yeah.
when someone's behind you running. It's different to when no one's behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I do in our training as well. I chase them.
But
Yeah.
this is what I
And
did
you
you
have to-
understand?
You have to make it relatable to the game. So I'm not killing all you 1-to-1 coaches. I'm fine. There's a market for it. Brilliant. Just not for me because it's not related to the game.
And it's
So-
not for me either.
No.
I'll be honest.
And
I don't get it.
I think, you know, if you're starting out, right, the more touches of your ball, there's a 10,000 rule in there. If you touch the ball 10,000 times, you become a better player a month or whatever it is. I don't know what the exact rule is. But if you're starting out in your football journey, one-to-ones is fine, dribbling through cones. But what I would say to you is, mum and dad, go off your lazy arse, do it yourself and save 30 quid.
Yeah, and go and tackle him.
And go do
Just
yourself.
Tackle him.
Right?
To get passion.
Let them dribble through yourself. Why do you need to go to someone to just do the little toe touches? Listen, go online, buy one of those mats, those, you seen the 1 to 11 mats, and do that. Watch a video, let your kid...
But I feel like that's what's part of killed a lot of football. There's a lot of YouTube drills, so you got a lot of grassroots coaches teaching kids mad stuff at young ages. And there's a lot of kids that are not...
It's taking the fun out of it.
Bro, but bro, how can you tell me the right way to pass a ball? Come on, bro, you're not even on the pitch.
And passing the ball, there's all techniques to it.
There's a lot of
There's
techniques.
a lot of passing styles. There's a lot of different. Listen, like I say, there's a market for one-to-ones. I would just say, for example, a one-to-one's roughly 30 quid for the hour. 1 hour with us is 15.
Yeah.
You're touching the ball triple that you do in a one-to-one. You're working at an intensity you'll never, ever, ever, ever achieve in a one-to-one, right? And you're playing under pressure and you're doing it in a game scenario. I know which one I prefer to do.
Yeah, I know which one I prefer. I know which one
That's
I
it.
prefer.
So that's why I don't do it.
And that's the
Good price too. Good price.
Good price.
That's the
man.
price.
So if everyone's listening, watching, you know where your kids need to be. That's right.
Right, so that's it from 9tenths, from Leon, Luke, and Nick.
So what's to come from 9tenths of the game? We've got professionals that are going to be joining us very soon, Nick, I believe. Next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've lined up some ex-pros who have played the game. We've lined up referees, current leagues, local YL league operators. We've got chairmen of football clubs coming on.
We're going to get some parents in.
We're trying to teach or trying to pass a message from every aspect of the game, 9/10 of the game, and that will be different angles of football. So what does an academy manager do, and what's his history, and how does he look at it, and how does he deal with his staff? What does he expect from recruitment? And the recruitment person, what do they look for? And this gives everyone an insight into what people see it as. Professionals, you've actually made the game.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? What were the greatness of it? What was the pros? What was the cons of it? We've got referees. How did you feel with the the stick you get? And what was the benefits of being a ref? Why did you want to become a ref? What annoys you about being a ref? All these things that we can pass wisdom on and understand as people, I think is important to football. And
Massively.
I think rather than just what you see in front of you, because there's a lot goes on to it. A referee might get stick and go home and take that home with him and have problems.
Yeah. Well, the major thing that football's a lot more than kicking a ball.
It is.
That's what we're getting
it's
at.
about
And that's
fun,
what
innit?
you'll learn from 9/10 of the game. You'll learn the overall bigger side of football. UEFA coaches, professional referees, ex-professionals, professionals that are currently there, parents, grassroots managers, everyday people. You'll get every perspective and every opinion, because that's what we do.